Hey tubes, Jonathan's wrong here, Truth and Budget. Real quick, so just want to discuss something real quick. You'll remember when the coronavirus first broke, and in China people were just passing out. Everyone was passing out. There was all this footage of people just passing out, like falling, passing out, like standing. And then that symptom just sort of went away. You remember that? Go, go look at some. I'd say China, and the first place I can think of is China Uncensored. Bunch of footage of people just passing out, being found, in the train stations, bus stations, passed out on a bus, etc., etc., etc. What happened to that symptom? How come nowhere else in the world were people just passing out? Here in America, there weren't any symptoms at all. Where there was everyone was asymptomatic. People, anyone who got sick outside of China just, had a little bit of a flu. But anyway, what's interesting to me is the whole fainting, the whole how the symptom where people were just passing out in the street, how that stopped, and people weren't talking about that anymore. I feel like I want to keep an eye out for that now, since we're supposed to be having a resurgence. Even though it's now the summer, and we're having all these a resurgence in the southern states where it's warmer, because that makes sense. Everything here makes sense, but yeah, what happened to all the people passing out standing? Just passing out standing when this thing first broke. That was the major. There was all this footage of people just passing out, and that's gone. That just apparently stopped happening, and it never happened outside of China. Now, my question is why? Was what was going on in China different? Did they just people got the flu as they do every year, and then they're like, oh, that's the coronavirus, the same thing that happened in China. I'm thinking there might be a multi-layered thing here going on, like they never even got the flu over there. Like that whole thing was something completely different. Or they just were very overzealous when they were trying to present the whole, like, hey, look at this. People are passing out standing up, and that just stopped. And like I said, never happened outside of America. I mean, outside of China. I got a burp. I'm so sorry. There it is. Oh yeah, what happened to that? That just stopped happening. And part two of that. No, actually, no, not part two at all, because it's completely unrelated. But like, so the thing is now is people are, it's Corona apparently is making a comeback. No, I just, like I said, if it went from some mystery virus that caused people to pass out standing in China, then it became just another kind of flu, like a more dangerous flu. But flu season's over, and now it's making a resurgence, which the flu doesn't do. I mean, the whole thing doesn't make sense. So what, every flu season, everyone gets sick around the same time because there's like one patient zero that gets sick somehow magically and then spreads it to everybody? People actually believe that? Isn't that insane? Doesn't that not make any sense whatsoever? Especially when you think back, hundreds of years when people weren't as, free with their movements. Before trains, people basically stayed where they were. If you took a horse and buggy trip, it'd be a 2-day trip to go to town. Like it was a big deal. People didn't travel all over the place like they do now. And and there were still, I don't know, just doesn't add up. But we all know that. But my big question is what happened to all the people passing out? What happened to people just standing there at a train station, then going head first, hit the ground? Never happened outside of China. Stopped happening fairly early into the cycle, and yeah, it stopped. But anyway, blah blah blah. It's just something strange that I thought should be pointed out, that people were passing out in China, standing up, and all of a sudden that didn't happen anymore. No, I'm thinking whatever happened in China might have been completely different, and they just like, oh well, it's flu season. Let's just say it's the flu, and then make everyone afraid of the flu while we fine tune or whatever whatever we're doing in China. It's causing people to pass the hell out. Because didn't happen outside of China. Do you know anyone? Did you see any footage outside of China when this whole thing broke? People just standing there, just bleh, passing out? Because I don't recall seeing footage of that from China. So, what do you think? Were they being overzealous in their presenting of a false narrative, or was there something completely different going on in China? Because from a lot of the footage, they weren't. The people in on the ground weren't moving. They're doing a really good job. Way better than the American crisis actors. The American crisis actors are notoriously bad. I think they just stopped doing. They just stopped putting footage of stuff on TV because everyone's lazy and self-centered and stupid. And it's like it's like when you watch a movie and there's this big scene in Jurassic Park. The newest Jurassic Park's a good example. There's this part where the pterodactyls are coming down, sweeping around, grabbing everybody. Everyone's freaking out, and then you can see some lady just casually walking with the soda. She couldn't be bothered to run. It's hot out. I'm wearing heels. We already did this scene 100 times. Who cares? Who's gonna notice me? So she's in the background walking, ruins the scene. But it's in there because everyone else did a really good job. And you'll see these in these crises situations where everyone's doing a good job, and then you got one middle-aged woman or some self-centered jackass just can't be bothered to actually do what they signed on to take part in. Can't be bothered to do that. I mean, God bless them, because they're helping us see that they're kind of pointing out the fact that the whole thing's fake by not reacting and just calmly lackadaisically roaming around the war zone. So good for those people. But mentally, what? But that's a state where we're at, and they don't have a lot of fodder to do what they want to do. The elites don't have access to a lot of outstanding people anymore, because through all the systems they set in place, there's just not a lot of room for people to grow. And the elites that they cultivate, that they have take part in their join their own parties, be part of their own stuff. They're third, fourth, fifth generation party boys, and they're worthless and weak. Every generation you get shittier, and when you're successful, when you're a king or anything like that, et cetera, your offspring is going to have it easy. They're going to be spoiled. They're not going to be as good as you, no matter what. Unless you take everything away from them, and you raise them with all the hardships you grew up with, they're not going to be as smart and as tough as you. The easier things are, the softer it makes you. That's just a fact. Is it bad? No. Were we in a world where everyone was soft? Be fine. No, no need for hard people. That's great. That's what heaven will be. Be no war. Be no need to defend anybody. So there doesn't need to be hard asses. Like, nowadays you got to be at least a little bit of a hard ass, if not, keep a hard ass on speed dial. By the way, I'm always up for head kicking if you guys need me. It's really one of the few things I'm good at. What are you gonna do? Animals like me. But anyway, what was I talking about? China! So yeah, what happened with the people passing out? Not a big deal anymore. Not a thing. Never happened. Who knows? Conspiracy. But whenever I kept hearing, oh, it's making a comeback, it's making a comeback, it's making a comeback, it's like, it's almost July. Flu season's over. It's been over. And the fact that I never knew anyone that was sick. Supposedly my grandmother got diagnosed with corona. She's in a home, and I don't think that's true. I know my dad didn't even want to tell me because he didn't want to deal with me. It's his mom. Me being like bullshit, and all that, because it is. Oh, real quick, this is just too funny. With the current situation, usually I'm living in my car, which is great, super cool. But step down, I'm currently living with my parents because I can't, since with all the lockdown, you can't go, sleep in your car somewhere. They won't let you. But anyway. But I've been using this as an address for forever. But so I got this in the mail. Can you see that? Is it reversed? To me, it's reversed. Is it? When I upload this, will this not be reversed? I hope so. Anyway, it's it's for putting your parents in a home. Cool, huh? It's for if your parents are like they have the dementia, so you can put them in a home. But just thought it was kind of funny that they saw it and stuff. So be like, oh yeah. So completely unrelated. I've been looking into this place called Bridges, and it looks really nice. You guys should check it out. I mean, that house is getting pretty big. I mean, you guys don't need all this stuff, right? Completely unrelated to that random flyer I got the other day. But I was joking with my dad. I was like, "Nah, it'll be great. You'll be like a Buddhist. You won't have anything. You sell all your stuff. You won't have anything. You'll sit in a room. They'll tell you when to sleep and when to eat. It'd be great. You won't own anything. Be like a Buddhist. Be like those bald guys in the orange. You sit in a room all together. Be great. You'll love it. Won't have to worry about anything. They'll decide everything for you. It'll be great. You'll love it. Be like a Buddhist." But anyway, cracked myself up with that yesterday. I cracked myself up. I think I'm very funny. No. I think I'm very funny. Not everyone does, but I do. Which is kind of how, latchkey kids spend a lot of time alone. Kind of just been making myself laugh forever. It's good, I think. Keeps you level. Whatever. China! But yeah, China, what's up? People not passing out anymore? You toughening up or something different or never real? If something was happening and the stimulus that is causing the happening has not been removed, but the happening is no longer happening, there's something up. Something is either changed or something never was, basically. In very, very poor English. I hope you were able to work your way through that one. But anyway, we're getting close to 15 minutes. This was supposed to be a quick one. I'm just, talking here. It's been a couple days anyways. I'm just so tired from work. I have no energy. Every day I have no energy. Is anyone else feeling that? I have no energy every day. Sucks. want to do stuff, just don't have the energy. My days off are broken up too, so it's like, I work, 11 hours a day, 3 days. And it's like I want to, I'm up at 5 a.m. every day. I'm home at 9, and it's like kind of tired, and then you just end up sleeping all day on your day off. It sucks. It sucks. I feel like I'm wasting every day of my life. But anyway, talking about it, it's not like I'd have much to do anyway. I'm single, and I'm so sick of video games. It's all the same. Every video game's the same. It's like, I don't know. I've been latchkey kid. I've been playing video games since '86. Realistically, since about 1986, I've been regularly playing video games, and they've hit the point where the past decade or so, or more even, every game is now officially the exact same. I get bored playing it feels like I forget what game I'm playing. Even if the controls are different, the settings different, you're doing the same stuff. Go to this area, gather this many things, kill that many enemy, do this. It's all your busy work. It's all busy work. Every video game nowadays is busy work. There's no discovery. There's no like character development. There's no drama. There's no like, you're not, it's not Chrono Trigger, and you're not, potentially saving Luca's mother from like losing her legs. Or you can fail, and then the rest of the game she still has no legs. Like, I still get the chills thinking about that. What, 1994, 95 Chrono Trigger came out? I was 12 or 13. If you F up in that one event where you travel back in time to save Luca's mother, you have one shot to do it. If you fail, you hear a blood-curdling scream, and then you knew that you know that you failed, and you had one chance to do it, and then for the rest of the game, her mother still has no legs. Or you can do the right thing. You can rescue her and you can save her legs, and Luca feels better about it, and her mother has legs. Do you get a special magical item out of it? No. Do you get the most powerful sword? No. Do you get a spell? No. Do you get anything out of it? No. It's just something really interesting, and it affected you as a player, as someone involved in the game. You knew Luca, your childhood friends. You knew her mother, didn't have legs. You don't know how it happened. You assumed it was something, technical because their families, they're mechanics and scientists. But then you actually get to go back in time and make a difference. Or not, and you can fail and carry that with you, and that little instance from that 16-bit Super Nintendo Super Famicom video game from 30 almost 30 years ago affected me more than anything I can think of any modern game, because it's like modern movies. It's like, here's a character. Yeah, we're gonna talk about all this stuff, or we're gonna they say show don't tell. It's a class, show don't tell. You got a movie, you have a visual, you could make it artistic. Or now just have people sit there in a room and tell the audience what's happening, and that's every movie. It's every video game. You got a lead-in voiceover. This is the way things are. It's like, you can't show me. It's like, oh no, we'll just run through that in a quick montage. Every interesting thing we'll just do in a quick montage. A good example is the Wolverine movie, where it shows Wolverine and Sabretooth through history, fighting in all these wars and stuff. There's your movie. Like, that's the most interesting part of that whole damn terrible movie. And they gloss over it in like 5 minutes. The eternal warrior that is Logan, and how he's fought in every major all over the world, every major conflict. He's been there, front line and center, because he loves it. And who cares? Let's spend the exact same amount of time in a brooding, quiet shot of him in a bar staring at the camera. Equally important. But anyway, I don't know how I got on to a tangent of how media sucks, because they don't know how to tell a story anymore. because they don't expect you to care because you're gonna pay for it anyway. That's what they did, right? They found the lowest common denominator that they could produce media for us, movies, television, music, video games. They found how low they can possibly take it and have us still purchase it. And that's the goal. That's the plan. They don't want us to be creative. They don't want us to be intelligent. Why would they give us things that get gears working, that get juices frothing? Why would they do that? They don't want to. They don't want you to be creative or smart or think or be like, hey, that doesn't make sense, or that couldn't physically happen. Gas bubble does not want to happen. Nope. It's just staying there. Just staying right here. But yeah. They found how low they can possibly take things, and they took it there. And that's why everything sucks. That's not me being negative. Like, oh, every movie is bad. The music is bad. Video games are bad by design. They saw that you guys, that us, that all of us. Not me. I've been the most recent video game I bought was like 2013, 2014, I think. But anyway, I don't watch modern. What's the latest movie I watched? The one with the cat, Keanu. I think that was the last movie I saw in theaters was Keanu, and I don't regret it. It was dumb and it was cute. It was dumb, cute, and I enjoyed it. But anyway, yeah, it's not negative to be perceptive. If you see something and it sucks and you say that it sucks, that's not being negative. Don't bury your head in the sand. I get told all the time that I'm negative and this and that, but I'm quick to point something out as being beautiful or like delicious or wonderful or fun or like silly or whatever. I'm very quick to acknowledge all things. It's just unfortunately, a lot of things are crappy. So to ignore all the crappy things, I think, is foolish. Like if you're dealing with a person, and they have little character flaws that aren't really indicative of anything. They're just character flaws. Everyone has them. Ignoring those things, that's different. As long as I said, those character flaws aren't indicative of anything. And most of us are damaged. We're not always going to react how you want us to react. Many people are damaged, myself included. I'm very damaged. It's actually something I've been coming to terms with the past. I've been spending a lot of time. I've been single for years now, and the relationships I was in really messed me up, real bad. When you love someone and you completely give yourself to them, and they piss on it, they don't. It means nothing to them. It's extremely damaging. And you just kind of, it hurts. You cry. You beat yourself up over it. Sometimes literally, with a hammer or a baseball bat. Dark, I know, but if you're ever wondering why people hurt themselves, it's because the physical pain detracts from the emotional pain, which you can't really get rid of. There's no healing emotional pain while you're in it. But for some reason, gashing your arm open and seeing your own blood and stuff, for some reason makes you feel better. Why? I don't know. I used to do it. I have a lot of cuts and scars and stuff. Can't probably see anything. Can't see anything. They're everywhere. I'm just not getting any, which is fine. You don't need to see them. Probably glad it's probably good they're fading. They're all fading away. You can kind of see them there. It's all places you can't see because it wasn't a cry. It was never a cry for attention. It's because I was suffering really, really, really bad. And there's only so much you can lay there wanting to die until you, I don't know. Don't condone it. go seek help, and don't get yourself into these situations where you feel like you want to. If you're in a situation where you feel like you want to die or you need to kill the other person, causing you this trouble, to lighten the word up, just get the hell out. Get out of that situation. They keep calling you. They keep showing up to your house. Just run away. Run away from them full speed. If you need to literally like eject them from your car and and it possibly get in trouble to just get away from them, do so. There will be people in your life that hurt you, but for some reason they think that they love you, so they'll stick around and they'll continue hurting you, and they want you to act how they want you to act, and they'll continue to hurt you. And how you make them feel is real important to them, but how they make you feel is not important whatsoever, because you hurt them. You need to do this, you need to do that. And people like that are real. Women will call you over and 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 over again. They will continue to call you. I remember the pre-cell phone days. Shit like that would would happen, and your mom would be like, "What's going on?" Like, nothing. Well, tell her to stop calling. It's like, it doesn't work that way, right? I don't know. But yeah, everyone's crazy, everyone's self-centered, and everything sucks. That's my that's the end note on this one. I got a little rambly in the end. I was gonna finish things up about 12 minutes ago. I should have. I'm very sorry. Anyway, I'm gonna cut it now before I ramble on any more nonsense. Yeah. Love you guys so much. I really, really do. Back on the original topic of what the video was supposed to be about. Chinese people passing out. Do you remember that? Now it's not a thing anymore? Where's I always have a hard time right there. It's in the weirdest, most awkward place. It's like definitely somewhere where you would never look on your phone. It's like it's like if you're trying to look over a couch. Like that's where the camera is. If you're trying to look over a couch and then you notice a bug real quick. That's am I even looking at it? I'm trying to look right at it. Okay. Anyway, love you guys so much. Have a beautiful day. Enjoy the ride. I don't know, man. I have very few uplifting things to say nowadays because it's all so obvious, and no one seems to notice, and it's frustrating. We're all frustrated. Love you guys. Have a beautiful day, and God bless you.